When Capcom reinvented Mega Man for the Super Nintendo and Mega Man X, I think it's fair to say that it became a beloved classic in many people's eyes. And that's what we're going to talk about today on First Time Classics. I'm Corey, this is Chris. On this show, we play a classic game for the very first time, and Chris is up now with Mega Man X on the Super Nintendo, or
Yes.
on Nintendo Switch with the Mega Man X Legacy Collection.
That's how I played it.
First, how come you had never played this game before?
Again, I think it's just one of those games that I never had the opportunity to play. I've only really played two Mega Man games, and that's like the one for the OG Game Boy, which was really hard.
It's a rough game.
And we're talking about like OG Mega Man. And I think kind of that maybe turned me off of Mega Man. Like, I love the idea of Mega Man, super cool robot and everything like that, and it really is like a game that like pushed, 2D platformers like to the extreme. But I think that turned me off of Mega Man as a kid.
That's fair. Those games are very, very difficult, including the original Mega Man on Game Boy. That game's hard.
Oh, yeah.
But so when it came to Mega Man X for me, it was a game that I was sort of introduced to from a family member. But I remember playing it and just thinking it was so awesome, like the graphics, the dashing, and everything. So I became hooked immediately. But to sort of, as someone watching you play it for the first time and not be able to tell you anything, it was very interesting again for me, just because not knowing the stage order that you should go in, as well as like the boss weaknesses and everything, like that's so secondary in my mind now. It was crazy. So what did you think about the game overall?
Well, I feel like that was the puzzle, as in finding the weapons to defeat the right boss. I feel like, to me, that's what attracted me to this game the most, because it was a lot of trial and error of going to where to go first and so forth, trying to find the right weapon, I guess you say, right ability upgrade to complete each level. Again, like, you can beat this game by going to like Chill Penguin's level last to get the dash boost. Luckily, that was the one I chose.
Right.
And I think honestly it was because I've seen this game speedrun a couple times, where I kind of knew that was where I wanted to go. But I can't tell you how many times I would just die or restart a level just because I haven't found the right weapon to destroy the right boss. But to me, that's how I feel like I was supposed to play this game. Like, each of these bosses have a weakness, so I want to find that weakness and exploit it.
Right.
To be honest with you, I did enjoy X, but I think it's because I felt like X was easier than older Mega Man games. Like, I feel like the levels were easier, I don't know. I don't know why I say that either. Like, I just feel like I wasn't having as difficulty completing each level like I would in the original series and so forth. I feel like the bosses is what adds personality to that game for sure. Each boss looks very different. Like, compared to the old Mega Man games where they're, this almost like the same looking sprite as Mega Man, just changed around a little bit. But, and just getting the patterns of how they attack and how you fight, it's just, it had a lot of good gameplay to me in this game for sure.
And yeah, I actually agree. I like original Mega Man, but I'm not a huge fan. But that's mainly because of the mobility that you have in X with the dashing and the wall climbing. It not only changes the level design, but no, you're right. Like, those old games are very hard, and the way they kind of made those games more difficult is, making harder jumps and more precise jumps. And while that is still necessary here, this game is more about mobility and being able to, make the right jump because there's an enemy there versus, just making the jump.
Sure.
And that was the stuff that I always found really cool, because once you kind of get the boots and you start feeling the momentum that you can get, to me, it was a game changer. Like, I love just playing that game and having a dash on a trigger and just dashing
just
everywhere.
Like,
around. Yeah, I love it. It's so much fun.
It's a satisfying feeling. Like, you can just like really zoom through a level with those dash boots, and when you can do your dash jump, like, you're just flying all over the place too. Like, you really felt like you're really in good control of Mega Man wherever you were going when you had those upgrades.
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing, that the mobility, but as well as the collectibles, that's the thing that I loved in Mega Man, was basically every level has at least one or two collectibles. And trying to find all of that without a guide as a kid, to me, was just, sometimes it was very difficult, like with Sting Chameleon, and you have to go down that hole to find the heart container. I was like, it took me forever to find that. Like, I never would have even thought to do that.
Yeah.
But the capsules were always the big one for me too. Of, I wanted to see what new things I could put on Mega Man to make him cooler and stronger and everything. So if you had to pick like a favorite part, like whether it's the combat, the mobility, whatever, what would you say your favorite part was?
I think it would have to be the combat. I mean, going back to the boss fights, just like trying to understand like how a boss fight would work. You know, to me, it was a puzzle in its own. Like finding the right weapon to do what you need to destroy someone quicker and so forth. To find that pattern, like again, I feel like once I go back to it, if I do go back to it, like I feel like I'm going to beat it much quicker than what I did before, just because I know how the game plays now.
Right.
You know, but it was really fun learning that for the first time. I really like how the environment changed depending on how after you beat a boss, like something would happen in the world. You know, that's the little stuff that just makes that game great. Like they didn't have to do that, but they did.
It's a very small, subtle touch. But and it's what's interesting is that I play the game in a certain way now just because I know everything. But so it was interesting seeing that there's actually a level, I can't remember the name of the boss now, the gorilla guy. I sort of forgot how much that level changes if you kind of go to it later because I didn't anymore. So, and it's kind of interesting that if you were to play that game completely out of order, there might be even things I've never seen now that I think about it. So that's just weird to think about. But now you did mention that you thought this game was easier than the original Mega Man games,
Yeah.
but a lot of people say this game is still extremely hard. How did you feel about the difficulty overall, just in games, not just Mega Man?
I mean, I didn't think it was too bad. I never got to the point where I got to like 2 points where I was like super frustrated, and I'm just, what are you talking about? I was like, God. But like the level design again, like I never felt like there was a point where I couldn't finish the level. I feel like the bosses are where I kept dying at. Then I would have to restart throughout the whole level, basically, like to the point. But yeah, maybe it's just me with my video game experience, but I really didn't think it was too bad.
I just remember trying to beat Wolf Sigma at the end as a kid, and I just couldn't do
Well,
it.
again,
I
now,
just couldn't do it.
those are my 2 rants I want to talk about.
Sure.
Now, first off, I want to mention the first real boss of this game is the damn spider in Sigma level 2 or something like that.
First one, yeah.
1, I just, oh my God. Like, I had to pause. Each
Pause
time he would start to come down, when you see the pattern, I had to pause to see which angle he was going because he could read my dang mind. I mean,
Yeah.
I kid you not. Like, I feel like the developers did a really good job at knowing what position you will be when the spider is up in his area right there. Because, like, that was the most frustrating part of this whole game because I probably replayed that level, I don't know, like 20 times alone after even dying, like, beforehand, making the jump onto the Sigma station. You know, with so the beginning of that level, you have the platforming with the
Right.
big open hole. Now, that reminds me a lot of Mega Man.
Sure.
Like, that's how that game played. I feel like there weren't a lot of moments like that in X that, like, it's do or die, you know?
Right,
But
like,
that was a
one
very
wrong-
reminiscent.
Yeah, one wrong jump there.
older series.
Yeah, you're screwed. Like
Definitely.
there's nothing under to catch you or anything like that.
But
and it's,
yeah, that spider. And then, like we said, to Sigma.
Well,
but
Sigma.
but it was great. Like, learning, I mean, I probably died to Sigma like 20 times too. But once you keep playing, you learn a little more. You see the angles that he's going. All 3 stages: Wolf Sigma, regular Sigma, and then crazy Alpha Sigma. I don't know which one that is. But like after a while, like you see the patterns of his movement, and this is you learning from playing through the game. Where okay, I'm just gonna stay in the upper left corner and start shooting bubbles at him the whole time, and that's how you win. You know. But again, I felt like I learned that as I was playing and so forth. Which felt great, you know. I felt the growth as playing throughout the game. But really, those 2 moments were the on edge rant, like frustrating moments for me.
Yeah, in my opinion, that the first time playing through that is one of the tougher Sigma fights. It's just he's relentless. He hits you, it hurts. Like it hurts. So,
I mean, and I can't say anything. I died to Vile at the beginning.
That's true. You did.
Like,
I didn't even know you could do
died
that.
to
Honestly.
Vile.
But so. Do you think you'll play this game again? And do you want to do things like a only Buster run or anything like that?
Well, I do want to play this game. I mean, yes, for sure. Maybe not only Buster Run, but like to beat it faster, since I know what to do now. I still probably have to go back and do a little bit of refresher. But also, I would like to do. I mean, there's cutscenes in this game, but like things that I never knew. Like again, if you collect everything except for the Buster, you get 0 Buster at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that'd be cool to do, and like to see different things like that. But honestly, I think I would play this game just because it's fun. You know, the music, the gameplay, and just to beat it faster. I mean, I'm attached to this game. Again, I felt like I've always liked Mega Man, and this collection is a great opportunity to bring me into the games for sure.
So, do you want to play X2?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I want to play X2. Like, God, I want to play X2 like really bad right now.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting so we can keep doing on the first time classics. Like,
Right.
I'm eager to play it. I don't know. Like, I don't know how the other X's play after X1, but I hope they're good or as good as X1 for sure.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. We'll have to see if we ever get that far, because I think it's fair to say that some of them are not classics, but maybe we can still do a little review and see how you felt about it. So,
Sure.
but again, it's interesting being able to watch and see you play it for the first time and just see you grow and learn, and it's just. It's a testament to just how good that design of that game really is. Like that's what makes it a classic, in my opinion. Is just impeccable design from start to finish, and it's such a good game. So I'm excited to see what you think about the second and third one as well. So,
and just throwing it out there, it's the perfect game for Nintendo Switch too, man. It really is. Like, again, I can just take it on the go, play it on the portable screen. I really love it.
It looks pretty nice on the Switch screen too.
It does.
So.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of First Time Classics. Let us know what you like, don't like, or love about Mega Man X in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and tune in next time.